Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm with MG Motors South Africa. So this video is going to be fairly short because it's simply a launch drive. So what I'm driving today is the MG ZS Pro. What you need to know is that there are two different models. There's Comfort and Lux. Starts at 391,000 Rand and the Lux is 437,000 Rand. So all I can say is there are very minor differences between the two. But all you do need to know is it has a 1.5 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine, produces 127 kilowatts as well as 215 Newton meters of torque. And one thing that really sets this car apart from the competition is the fact that the fuel consumption they claim is relatively good. They say 6.9 liters per 100 kilometers. Now, of course, we don't have enough time and distance to physically test that. So I'm going to take their word for a little bit, but also all I will say is always when you are looking to buy a new car, go for a test drive. I can 100% always vouch for going for a test drive. Now, for those that don't know, MG have entered into the South African market. And also just as a bit of a background, they are owned by the SAIC Group. Now, if you don't know, SAIC stands for Shanghai Automotive Industry Corporation. And underneath the SAIC Group that I know of, there are at least 3 brands here in South Africa. There's MG Motor, LDV, and Maxus. Now, Maxus are more your commercial vehicles. They are all of the Woolworths electric delivery vans. LDV only focus on buckies, and MG is here in terms of passenger vehicles. We have the ZS, the HS, and the cyberster. Now, I cannot wait to drive the cyberster. But what I can tell you about this is it's actually very comfortable in terms of your normal everyday comfort niceties. We have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, although it is not wireless yet. You do need a cable. It's USB male, so a normal USB cable, not a USB-C, unfortunately. But other than that, what I will say, in the Lux, you get a 12.3-inch infotainment screen, as well as a 12.3-inch driver's instrument cluster. Yeah, in the Comfort, you have a 10-inch display, so not that bad. As I said, there are a few minor differences between the two. It's only a 40,000 Rand difference. So it also includes different wheels, so 1-inch difference in wheels. And they always have the debate, does size really matter? Some cases it does. So it's either 17 or 18-inch wheels, depending on which model you do opt for. What I will say, it's my first time actually driving an MG, and it's not bad. It really isn't bad, especially for the price point. It's extremely competitive. There are soft touch materials here and there. Yes, there is a lot of plastic on the door cards, but at the end of the day, for the price point that you're paying, this is pretty decent. Now, another thing I do want to touch base on. This is paired up to a CVT gearbox. If you know me, you know I don't like CVT gearboxes. All I will say is that this CVT gearbox is engineered and designed in such a way that it simulates gear changes. So it's actually not bad. It's one of the better CVT gearboxes I have experienced. And this car is quite peppy. It has a lot of power for the size of the engine. Would I recommend this car as something to look for? Yes, it's definitely recommendable. Always go look at it, take it for a test drive. What I will say is I'm very impressed. The seats are extremely comfortable. Yes, there is synthetic leather everywhere. We are in the age of vegan leather and synthetic leather, and it's not a trend, it's not a fad. It makes sense from a manufacturing point of view because it does make the car more affordable. In terms of comfort, it is still there. If you are a bit old school and old fashioned and you want proper leather, unfortunately, you're going to have to pay that price. The car obviously does come with a panoramic sunroof as well. As you can hear quite a bit of bongs going off, it does have a plethora of ADAS systems, so your advanced driver assistance systems. What I will say is just from an initial driving impression point of view, it has very much impressed me. It is extremely quick, especially considering the size of the engine. It has no issue with getting up and going. Yes, there is a little bit of turbo lag, as most engines do suffer from turbo lag. It's pretty good. The steering wheel is multifunction. You have a flat top, flat bottom design steering wheel. I'm quite a big fan of it. It feels really good. The actual physical wheel itself is quite firm. The steering isn't too bad. And in terms of throttle latency between you putting your foot down and the car actually getting up and going, it's also not that bad either. I have experienced much worse in a few of its competitors. A little bit on the cheaper end of the scale, but yeah, this is pretty good. Do I think this is a car worth looking at? Yeah, most definitely. I do think it's a good shot and something to consider. Do I think that this car is a looker? It's not bad. It looks very different, especially considering it's going up against big rivals such as GWM and Chery and all of their sub-brands, JQ, Amoda, Haval, so on and so forth. This is slightly different. I think it gives a bit more of a traditional feel to the car. They are not trying to be too out there with giant 14 million inch touchscreens. This is very simple, it's very traditional, and it feels very, very familiar. And I think that's going to help you, the consumer, in terms of transitioning from whatever you have to this. Because this is new. Yes, it is Chinese, but it is new. And it is something to get used to. One thing I do think they have done right here is we do have physical buttons. They haven't shoved everything within the infotainment system itself. So the fact that we have physical buttons is quite a win for me. We have our volume control, multimedia settings, our home button, as well as of course, the hazards button. In terms of air conditioning, that is still within the system itself, but it's pretty easy to get to, so it's not too bad. Boot capacity, it has about 440 liters of space, which does have a space saver spare wheel as well. And overall, this doesn't seem too bad. I mean, MG so far have done pretty well. I think they have 47 dealerships open up nationwide at the moment, and they are looking to get to 50 by the end of the year. So yeah, quite a big bold move and big statement. If you are looking for a SUV to get, this is definitely one to look at. It's the MG ZS Pro. Of course, I'll be able to get a little more of an in-depth review when I do get this car on test. Guys, if you did get this far in the video, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you can do me a solid, hit the like button and subscribe. It goes a long way for me and the channel. It means I can go to more events like this, give you first looks, exclusive previews of cars before anyone else in the country and hopefully the world one day. But yeah, means a lot. It always goes a long way. And until next time, stay safe, drive safe. I'll see you soon.